If you've ever wondered what a dietitian eats, then you are in luck, because today I'm sharing with you what I ate in a day in January. Now, before we get into this what I eat in a day, I do have to give a big welcome to all of the new people here who have recently subscribed to my channel, because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but we've seen a pretty nice bump in subscribers over the past 2 months, which means there's a lot of new people out there watching my videos and who maybe don't know me or just getting on board with the healthy eating thing or whatever. So I want to say welcome. I'm really happy to have you here. I talk with my hands a lot, so that's something you should probably know. But seriously, I'm really pumped. I always love to see new people coming into this community, sharing your perspectives, your ideas, your experiences, and just chatting about healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, and all that kind of stuff. And also, for all the new people, you should definitely know that if you ever have a request or something you'd like me to talk about in a video, then you can always leave those in the comments, because I love to hear what you're thinking, and I also want to hear what you want to see. Now, if you've watched a few of these videos from me, you know that I always try to make them real. Like, I'm not trying to hide stuff from you or make stuff up or try to make it look like I eat healthier than I really do. But at the same time, I want it to be kind of representative of what I've been eating lately and what I've been eating over the course of the month. Now, that doesn't always exactly work out, because it's really hard to make a day represent a month, right? But it's what I strive for. I will say something to think about is there really aren't any soup or stew type things in this video, and that is something I'm eating a lot of in January. So I just want to throw that out there to kind of give a side note. Also, if you want to see more of what I'm eating just throughout the month, then you should definitely be following me on Instagram and Snapchat, because those are 2 places where I share a lot of my food. Instagram, you get more of the pretty pictures, whereas Snapchat, you get a little more of the behind the scenes sometimes, but those are 2 good places to follow me and see what I'm doing. Now that I've got all of my blabbering done and we've done this whole intro thing, let's get into the meat of this thing, which is a food pun, unintentional, but I'm sticking with it because I love it. Let's get into the food. So starting off with breakfast, the first thing I had was my Maple Hill Creamery yogurt. This comes from 100% grass-fed cows. It's a whole milk yogurt, plain. I've showed this in a lot of videos, so if you've seen a couple, then you've definitely seen this before. And then to that, I added some fresh pineapple. I cut this up from a whole pineapple, so if you want to know how to do that, I do have a video on it, and I will link it for you. So I added some of that into my bowl, and then I also added some raw almonds. So with this combo, you know, you get the sweetness from the pineapple, the extra crunch from the almonds, along with some fat and protein. And then I had coffee too, so this is Counterculture coffee. I showed them a lot in my videos and on Instagram. I had been getting their single origin coffees, but they started selling the blends at my local grocery store, so I've been testing them out, and so far, so good. Then for my sweetener, I like to use pure maple syrup, so I'm adding some of that right here, mixing that in. And then for milk, I use the whole milk from Trickling Springs Creamery, and this also comes from grass-fed cows. And so then moving on to lunch, on this day I had leftovers from dinner, which is typical, and I'm starting off with some corn tortillas that I made. I have a video on that too. If you want to see it, I'll link it. Then for toppings, I did pinto beans, some guacamole, and then for salsa, I pulled this out of the freezer. This was from the garden this summer. It's a tomatilla salsa I made. I've had a couple people ask for the recipe, so if that's something you're interested in, let me know, because if the tomatillos do well this summer in the garden, then that's definitely something that I can make for you. And then for hot sauce, I like Frank's Red Hot. It's my go-to, and I always add it on my tacos just to, you know, kick things up a notch and add a little heat to the mix. Then I also added some fresh cilantro and some lettuce, and so that was my taco lunch. It was really good. All these flavors are great together, and it's just one of my favorite things to make, one of my favorite things to eat. It's always good no matter what day it is. And then for dinner on this day, I had some fried rice. So we've got brown rice, cabbage, as well as ginger and garlic and tamari. And then for the protein, I'm using something new here. This is called langostino. I never had it before. Let me know if you have. You can see right there, it's just those little chunks. And what it is it's supposed to be similar to lobster, but it's not really lobster. According to Wikipedia, it's most closely related to hermit crabs. I don't know. I'd never seen it, but they're these little crustaceans, and they have these, chunks of meat that are similar to lobster. I thought it was pretty good. So that's a look at what I ate on that day in January. And like I said, the pineapple with the yogurt is a really, really good combination. A little note on that is like sometimes with other things like maybe apples or pears, I might mix those in ahead of time and like pack them for a snack if I'm traveling somewhere, or even if I just make it ahead and let it sit for a little bit before I actually end up eating my breakfast because I'm doing dishes in the morning or whatever. You know, for those things that works fine. With the pineapple, you can't really make it too far in advance. I think it's like the enzymes and the acid and stuff in the pineapple, they really start to interact with the yogurt and kind of make it go sour and not that good. So that's just something to keep in mind, that if you are gonna bring those two delicious ingredients together, that you want to bring them together right before you're going to eat them. Something else I wanted to point out is with the tacos. That is something that I've been having a lot here lately, like every other week or even in consecutive weeks. But I think that's a good thing, because even though I do talk a lot about getting variety in your diet here on my channel, at the same time, you also have to have that balance of kind of the routine and the things maybe you turn to more often so that you can actually make the healthy eating happen. So it's about finding that balance between the routine and switching things up, trying new things. That really is gonna help you get the best nutrition, but also make sure that it's practical and you can actually do it. And the other thing I like about the tacos is, even though it's kind of the same thing, it can also be different depending on what toppings and ingredients you put in there. So that's a good way to switch it up from week to week, and also as the seasons change and I have different things available to me that I want to put in there. And also let me know in the comments, what kind of things have you been making lately, whether it's a standard thing in your house or something new that you've been trying. I definitely want to hear what you've been cooking, because I always love to hear what's going on in your kitchen. And I hope you like this video. If you happen to be new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and healthy recipes, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. And if you're loving the free info here but you're finding that you need something more personalized, don't forget that I do offer one-on-one nutrition coaching and counseling. So if you're interested in working with me, just let me know and we can get that set up for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.